All right, so we're in the key of A, as we stated before. So, as a quick review, the one chord in the key of A is
A, C sharp, E.
E, exactly. A, C sharp, E is how we spell it. An A, C sharp, E are the notes that are in the chord. And just as a review, we're doing that by spelling 1, 3, 5 on the key of A. So A would be 1, C sharp would be 3, the 5 would be E. So those are the 3 notes that make up an A chord, and we're going to play them on our G and D strings with an A and an E. So we're taking out the C sharp for now, but we might put it in later. So there's our one chord. Nice. So in the key of A, the 4 chord is D. It's the 4th note of the scale. And in order to figure out what notes are in the D chord, we spell 1, 3, 5 based on D. So that would be D, F sharp, A. And the way we'll play that combination of notes is with your A on the G string and your open D. Right. So that's 4. And 5 would be E. E is the 5th note of the A major scale. An E chord would be E, G sharp, B. And we're going to play a B on our G string and an E on the D string. Right. Okay, so those are the only 3 chords that we'll be using again. So let's just do a quick review. 1, 4, and then 5, and back to 1. 1, 4, 5, back to 1. Nice. Okay. So when we're learning how to hear chords, finding patterns is always really helpful. Music is full of patterns. And then, of course, there's always the tunes that will break the patterns. But if you can hear the patterns immediately, then you'll recognize when the patterns are being broken. So a big thing to know is that almost all tunes end 5-1. Okay? It really makes us sound like we're landing at home. So at the end of the tune, expect that. Okay? In the middle of the tune, we're probably going to go someplace other than home. Go back to home and then land 5-1. That's usually the pattern. So we're going to start on 1. Okay? And when I change chords, let's figure out what that chord is. Okay. So would you play the melody again for me? Okay, 1, 2, ready, and... Okay, so it's something other than 1. And the melody note is a D. Right? That's where we heard it change?
Yep.
Okay, so we can use that theory knowledge. If we're playing a D, there's a chance that we're going to be on a D chord.
Okay.
And that would be the 4 chord. Okay. So play your 4 chord and see if that matches what I'm playing. Does that match? Yeah, so that's where we go. Okay, so that would be 1, 4. So I went right back to 1.
Right.
Okay, so that's the beginning. Let's play the melody again, please. Ready? A different chord that time. It wasn't 4.
And it was on my B, I think.
Right? It was on your B, right? And it was at the end of the phrase.
It's a 5.
It's a 5-1. The B belongs in the 5 chord, E, G sharp, B. So that would work for 5 chord, and it made us really sound final, like here we are landing at home. So the chord progression for this would be 1, 4. Okay, so could you play the chords? I'll play them too. Okay, ready, and 1, 4, 1, 1. Do it again. Very nice. Okay. B part gets even easier. Okay, so would you play the melody for the B part? C sharp starts on it. Ready, and... So what happened there? Right, it stayed on the 1 chord for a long time, for 3 phrases actually. Da, 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 da. Second phrase, third phrase. So on the 4th which means that it's at the end of the tune. So what do we know that most of the time it's going to be 5-1 at the end of the tune. And you were playing an E, you said, right? E is the 5 chord. So that would also make sense there.
Okay.
You want to play the chords for the B part? Okay, ready, and... Excellent job. Okay, so let's combine 2 A's and 2 B's. As a reminder, the A part has the 4 chord. 1, 4, 1, 1, 5, 1. Okay, so we'll do 2 A's and 2 B's. And why don't you start off playing the chords?
Okay.
Okay, and then at the end of it, go right into playing the tune.
Okay.
We'll switch. I'll play chords for you. Okay, ready, and...